Hi, I'm Cinnamon Cooney, your art Sherpa, and this is another blacklight party. I'm gonna get some things out of the way so you guys know right away. It's John Cooney over there in the control booth. That's my husband, so he's gonna help track, you know, comments and make sure that I know what's going on with you guys. And he's gonna be visiting with you. Some of you may be tapped and kidnapped for moderation. That happens from time to time.
Maricha?
Maricha. Different people will be tapped, people that have moderated before, and you know, hey, we kind of know who you guys are. We're going to be saying hi to everybody. Do you have to have a blacklight for this? No, you don't. This painting, honestly, if you just took the neon fluorescent off the color palette, and you would be able to do this painting in regular daylight paint and still get a really cute folk art cat painting. I'm encouraging the blacklight paint, and I'll tell you why. Because it has brought so much fun into my life. Every time I turn these on, I don't stare into them directly because that wouldn't be good for my eyes.
No.
But every time I turn my blacklights on, my day just gets more fun. I love doing all this craziness. I love to see if stuff will glow. I like those art projects with my kids, and that is the whole why we blacklight party, why we UV glow party. If you can just get one of those little fluorescent bulbs like I have in my Instructable and in my tutorial, and we're going to have a 10-minute how to convert going up on Sunday, those will help you. This is a pawgustart. Pawgustart, that's right, part of the Creative Arts collaboration. A lot of artists, hundreds of artists, we have 300 plus artists in the group, are, there it is, that's our wonderful Creative Arts collaboration created by Chuck Carson. You're going to see those around YouTube. If you search that hashtag, Creative Arts collaboration, you're going to find a lot of content. If you also do one of the modifiers, which is like hashtag painting or hashtag mixed media, I think I've got to add them to these comments, and I will. Then you can find a smaller group of artwork. Like if you just want to see painting, then you can see that. And I mean, your artists that you love are there. It's Ginger Cook Live and Clive 5 and Angela Anderson and Silver Creek Studios and oh, I don't know. I want to say the photographer, she might not do one, but we have a lot of people in the group doing them. I card people after that I think you might like. There's so many
people out there today we should say hello to, too.
Oh, yeah. Let me say hi to everybody.
Friendly faces. Nikki's there.
Hi, Nikki.
Crazy Crafter.
Hi,
Mona
Crazy Crafter. Hi, Mona.
Then from Sweden. She's been here a couple nights. Emmy the Mastermind's here.
Hi, Emmy.
Andrea.
Emmy's in our Creative Arts collaboration.
Yeah. We have Andrea Gustafsson.
Hi, Audie. How you doing?
Jane, I recognize her.
You can tap Audie. Kidnap her. Just in the middle of her day. If you don't know, Audie has the prettiest art studio ever.
Oh, yeah.
And I might go to Oklahoma and go like just crash at her house and just be like, knock, 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 knock.
So you having some sippy there?
Mm-hmm.
It's.
I have removed the offending logo from a nondescript. If you are in my life all the time and you know me really well, then you know my sippy of choice is coffee.
Yeah.
It's a thing. Starbucks owes me a better card. Like I need a special card that identifies me as the committed fanatic.
The gold card doesn't say it enough. You need something like a platinum card.
Black card. Something that says this person's been here every day for like 3 years.
Addict. Just says addict on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I need a support group in relationship to my coffee. It's possible.
So, but I see over here on the screen we got some pretty paint.
We do. We have some pretty paint. Let's talk about our materials.
Hold on, let me see if I can get over here. Hold on. Button pushing. There it goes.
Pushing.
People like your nails. We can really see them right there.
Yeah.
You want to show your nails off for a second?
Ooh.
And you had those are those glow in the dark nails, or are those just luminescent nails?
Okay, so they are neither. This is that acrylic colored resin, and I just picked a color I knew would do this.
Oh, neat.
Yeah. All right, because I was like, what color is like this color?
What is that? What is that technical color?
We're going to do this neon or fluorescent. You're going to look for neon and fluorescent green, neon blue, neon yellow, neon red, neon orange, neon white, if you can find it. So far, I've really only found it at Jerry's, and at Lucas or Matisse Deravine carry it. It's like $7. I've got the neon purple. I've got 2 purples here. One is from the Master's Touch, and one is that airbrush acrylic I mentioned earlier. And today we're pretty much painting Master's Touch because these were economic, but I've seen these in the craft bottles by Craft Plaid Paint. Oh, I'll do this. By Craft Plaid Paint. I've seen them by Americana. I've seen them by Loft. These are just the colors that you can kind of basically get everywhere. You go to that whole thing, you'll see I had a bunch of that. I'm also painting some of our usual palette. I've got some purple here, Dogs Any Purple, some Cad Red, some Cad Yellow, and some white. Because this time I want our painting to be wonderful in and out of blacklight. I want it to be transitional. And special materials that we will be using at the end are these glow-in-the-dark paints. See if I can show them right here.
There you
These
go.
are glow-in-the-dark paints. And why these are great, if you're giving these to a kid or you don't have the ability to keep it blacklit when it moves away from your life, these will just glow on their own in the dark. So we'll be using those at the end. And first thing we're gonna do, while John's figuring out questions and things, is we're gonna sketch in some kitties. I've got a black canvas here. I bought these at Michael's. They were like on clearance, pre-black, but you could just paint your canvas black.
Yeah.
Also would work just as well.
No, just regular old black paint.
Yeah.
Just no
And
problem.
I'm gonna have Chuck, of course, do a traceable because we never want drawing to be the barrier to creating some art. So put the 2 little ear caps up here.
Yep.
Arc it down, up over the top, arc up, arc down. Yes, John?
Oh no, you're doing great. I can see the chalk lines there, so it's
Yeah, I
popping
thought
out.
that today might be nice because we can see some chalk lines. Now I'm going to be very narrow at the neck and come out wide for the body. And I feel like this kitty needs a friend. So I'm going to make some ears, top of the head. This is going to be slightly smaller kitty. So that could be a friend or a child kitty, you know, just sort of that family.
Kitty pal.
So here we go. That's all this is to this base design, and you guys can see this really well. But again, we'll do a little traceable of what's happening here. Okay, and this is kind of nice. I actually like this with the chalk. And the first thing we're going to do, interestingly enough, we're going to get a 1-inch bright. I'm painting Simply Simmons by Dollar and Raleigh. They were just economical. And I'm going to get some red and purple and white, and then I'm going to add a little neon glow to it, right? Because I want it to glow in the glow in the dark, and I want it to look nice out of the glow in the dark. So I've been doing some experimentation to see what would give me a good result both directions.
Yep.
And what I found is that I wanted to make some color in regular pigment, get it glowed up with the glow pigment, and then the glow pigment disappears during the daytime as if it's not there. But the nice color that I'm mixing in the titanium white and the Dogs Any Purple is still good, and the Cad Red. So got a little Cad Red. This is sort of interesting because you kind of have to remember where you put your paint.
Yep. Now, if we can, we should say hello. We have some more of our
I
friendly
wanna say
faces.
hello.
Crazy Pigs is back.
Crazy Pigs is back.
I see Cindy and Shannon Phillips and
Hi, Cindy. Hi, Shannon.
And Sue Clark in Minnesota is under.
Hi, Sue.
She's under tornado watch.
Hi, Sue. Oh my goodness. Be safe, Sue.
Yes.
Be
So we
safe.
send light and love to all of those who are braving Tornado Alley right now.
Yeah, that has been really scary. In the news, Chuck Carson, our own Chuck Carson, is over there dealing with that right now.
He's in Oklahoma, which is a tornado magnet.
Yeah.
I think that,
I think that's how I'm feeling about Oklahoma on this particular news run, too.
So.
I'm like, Oklahoma better not take Chuck from us.
Nope.
Nope, not allowed.
But everyone stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe. And I guess we're in hurricane season, aren't we?
We are. There's a hurricane that I just saw was forming up out there and headed towards Florida. So that's looking really sharp.
So this is very rough. This is a folk art piece. So this would look beautiful in a journal, on a card, on a gift, on a canvas. And it's going to have a very rough, expressive, loose process that's going to be really enjoyable in black light and in regular light. Oh, I hope you guys get black lights. Who has gotten black lights? I know Maricha has some black light.
Oh yeah, who else has got some black lights out there? And while we're there, I'm going to Chuck is Chuck. You want to explain who Chuck is?
Chuck.
I'll throw up some graphics there. Ooh.
Chuck has worked with John and I forever and ever and ever on all of our projects, and he has been kidnapped as the digital artist for Heart Party. So all of the cartoons of me, the traceables, the shareables, all the stuff that has to be digital, he designs. He's also the lead artist on my app that's coming out soon, which will be very, very cool. We have some amazing, talented people working on the app, and it is going to take this art we're all enjoying and make it even a little bit more fun.
So
not to put pressure on us at all.
Kim says she's got her black light.
She does?
She does.
Excellent. I definitely want to see those black light paintings. You know, this just is not about making fine art. This really is about making fun art. John and I were talking today about, you know, life is kind of hard. It kind of is. I'm rinsing out right now. Life is kind of hard. And it can throw you curves that you're not ready for at all. That you're just like, wow, you don't know how you're going to get through. And art is one of those things that can help you get through those curves. And blacklight is definitely one of those fun art processes that can help you stay in touch with the fun part of life while you might be going through some more challenging stuff, because it happens to everybody. It certainly happened to John and I.
Oh yeah. Can you pick the painting up and bring it up there close to the canvas so they can see that the outline there just real quick of the second kitty? Just want them to make sure they can see just approximately where all that stuff is, and is that red you're blending in there? Yeah,
it's the CAD red. I picked it up a little more strongly than I would have liked to. It's interesting. It's harder to see. Sometimes in the black light, I tend not to get too stressed about it. I'm going to get some purple and white here and some glow and knock it back. You know, the thing about it is it's going to be fun no matter what, and you're really trying to just like let loose and have a good time.
Yeah.
Just whatever you got to do in your studio. Like, I've got coffee right now because it's my Sunday and I'm having some coffee, but whatever your delicious beverage is or snack, or however you stop and celebrate, what's going on in your life, that's important.
I'm going to have a little sippy of my coffee here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say, stop getting paint so I can take a sip of coffee.
I'm sorry. I'm mixing a little of the red. I'm probably making a peach. I can't be sure.
So real quick, now the colors. You want to tell them what those colors are down there, just real quick.
Just in case.
Just in case
it's
they're just joining
yellow,
us.
and the CAD red and dioxazine purple and titanium white, and then every once in a while I'll go get the glow white paint. And I'm just trying to create a background that will look pretty during daytime. But I'm doing it like kind of blind.
Can you go ahead and point out some of those
dioxazine purple, CAD red, CAD yellow, titanium white. This is airbrush violet. These are the master touch sets, and it's got violet, orange, red, yellow, blue, and green.
Okay.
And then I have Lucas Studios fluorescent reflexive white.
Now, working in black light, is it critical that they have all of the same paints mixed and used in the same way you are?
Here's the rule about black light. We're going to just hold it on Heart Party forever forward. Nothing we're doing now is critical.
Okay.
It is literally for fun. If you got 4 black light colors, do what Tim Gunn does and make it work.
So it's okay. We can it doesn't matter. If we've only got 4 colors, we roll with it. If we've got 6 or 7 colors, we try it just like you.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're okay, great.
Doesn't mess with your painting. It's not going to... Your fun will not be impacted. This isn't, these paintings are about lowering your blood pressure and having a good time.
You know, and I'll say that in theater, we used to enjoy using the metaphor of the stage as not a sort of limiting factor, but a defining factor, right? Having a small stage wasn't necessarily a bad thing because it just gave you the boundaries by which you could work in, and you could find interesting and creative ways of making that work. So only having a couple things of paint, would seem to be similar. It wouldn't necessarily be a limiting factor, just a defining factor.
It's just fun, which is why there's a bunch of artists on YouTube doing 3 marker challenges and 2 marker challenges.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Huh.
And I'm going to go much more into my yellow. I haven't rinsed out my brush, but I'm going to get more yellow and get a little white here, make quite a light color, and still get my white. I think I'm going to have something that feels kind of like, I'm not actually really sure how this is going to come out.
It looks really cool from here. I like how the brush strokes are, when you've mixed it with the regular paint, it picks up this really streaky, painterly luminescence quality to it.
Yeah. And we've been covering a lot of folk art and craft art lately, have you noticed?
Yeah, it's some outsider.
Some outsider naive. Don't get insulted if anyone ever says, oh, you do outsider naive art. Really all that is in the art world, it means that you have not come up through a traditional training system. So you have not been honestly corrupted by what art says things have to be. So sometimes somebody who comes from a self-trained perspective will come up with an innovative solution and therefore get something really fresh and emotional and emotive. And so there is a lot to learn from folk art and from outsider art and from naive art. It teaches us a lot.
And I still use those terms incorrectly, but those are just talking about unconventional education approaches to art.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with it, right?
No, it's actually, I really enjoy all the artwork that we get to see, all the different varieties of people who, some who have, really, tight brush strokes and very loose brush strokes, and seeing all the, I learn a lot just by seeing all the different paintings that our community send in. That's because even the same painting gets painted differently by everyone. It's never the same painting.
I'm just getting some purple again and some of our white glow paint. I'm just going to make sure that our up top has some fun tonality.
So we're just chatting away here. Everyone out there, I'm looking out here in our community, and I'm gonna glance over and read some of these.
Okay, I'll stop. I'll have a little coffee break.
We should have a sippy. It seems that I thought someone said that there are no tornadoes in Belgium.
Dude, off to Belgium! Everybody, let's go Belgium.
I don't know what I'm not sure if I read that correctly or not. And Jane says the UK is a big place.
Bonjour Belgium, ça va bien?
Not as big as Texas.
No.
Is that little Texas throwdown there? It's like Texas is bigger than France.
Yeah, I've lived in France and I've lived in Texas, and yeah, be on the air to Garen, I'm like, boom, I'm in another country. Boom, Spain.
So,
like, where'd Spain come from?
Emmy was asking about the skull that's over there on your palette. You want to pick that up?
I will. This was a gift from, I guess I can hold it up to this one.
There.
This was a gift from John from his last trip. He brought this little souvenir back.
I went to an art festival and found that. It was in a booth where I got you the Frida Kahlo thing that's right there behind your painting. It's to your right, behind that. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how it'll look under black light. Oop, there it is. Yeah, I got her that neat little Frida Kahlo. Kahlo. You
gotta do women's studies to really be.
Yeah, I know who she is. I know what she's done. I couldn't necessarily tell you a whole lot about her.
We're gonna do some Frida Kahlo mashups.
Yeah, I recognize the artwork, and I
Dora a la Frida.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I want to see that in blacklight.
In blacklight.
Of course, because the map.
And yeah, we're going to keep making you guys do Blacklight. One, because these paintings will still translate as actual paintings, and two, because fun is important.
I get to do the map stuff. Say my name.
All right. I'm going to dry everything. Can you visit with them real fast?
Okay, hold on. Let me. So this is the part where I'm supposed to be left with trivia for you guys. But instead, I'm going to real quick look out here and see what is being said out there. Oh, and it says that nor in Sweden, no tornadoes there. And said, did Cinnamon start with a black canvas or paint it black? So I think that she started with a black canvas in this case. That was, she purchased it just as a black canvas. We happen to see a few of those, so we grab them when we can. Let's see here. Do I have any trivia questions for you tonight? That's a good question. I don't have trivia questions ready for you tonight. But I was thinking that what would be cool is, and as soon as Cinnamon comes back here, I'll talk to her about this too, was putting together a list of trivia questions and with little prizes and things that I could give away, because that would be a lot of fun for me, and I'm sure for you guys too. And it won't be anything major, but like, maybe we'll see if I can get some brushes or like, some tubes of glow paint or some cool stuff like that. And, there's all sorts of weird rules and things on that, so we have to double check it, but I think that'd be fun. So let's see what Cinnamon thinks of it.
Let's see what I'm up to. What am I up to?
What are you doing over there? So I was talking to them, and they were patiently listening to me because I have them held hostage.
Yeah.
And so I was answering a couple questions. One was that, do I have any trivia questions prepared? Which I don't.
You don't.
But
that's not being prepared, is it? That's the opposite of that.
But I had been thinking about this problem. And I was thinking, wouldn't it be fun if I collected up like, a lot of the, like brushes and little samples of like different glow paints and things. And then when you're doing your hair dryer and I'm left here all alone, I could ask a trivia question and then give that stuff away.
I like it.
That would give me something to do while you leave me alone.
I like it a lot.
Shannon thinks it's a good idea. She likes trivia with prizes.
She's like, yeah, I'm for prizes. Prizes are good. So I'm just taking a little yellow and white. And I'm going to create I've got my 1/2-inch angle brush. I'm painting the short bristles first, long bristles last, on the edge. Can't really see it there, so it's on the edge. It gives me that knife edge. And I'm going to make a little curved line coming up for a flower across my cat. And we're going to come back with some glow paint, but that's what we're doing.
Trisha wanted to shout out there to you and let you know she finished the spooky pumpkin picture and is now painting alongside painting. Let's see. Oh, let me go back and read this because it just scrolls up so fast. Sometimes I miss it.
We need like 2 people in the control room who volunteers.
She said, I finished the spooky pumpkin picture and now painting along. Oh, I guess she's painting along with you right now.
Awesome. And we're going to have some fun Halloween stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking with some other artists that I really like about doing some collaborations and some crossovers. Just so we're more innovative. It's just also fun for me. I just like goofing around with my friends.
Yep.
So I'm going to bring another little branch up here. And the yellow is just, now I don't know how this is going to look in the regular light, but I just know I need some paint to help me out.
Now, Rose was just saying that she enjoys watching you because it helps her heal faster.
Faster.
Yeah, and it says watching makes me heal faster. And I can appreciate that because I know how we're really happy when we get to see all of the paintings that everybody else does, or at least I know I do. I'm really excited when I get to see all the paintings that everyone else does out there. So, Rose, please share your artwork because it helps inspire everyone else. It helps inspire me, keeps me here in my chair, keeps Cinnamon doing what she's doing.
Yeah, that's very transformative for you. Now I'm going to make these leaf shapes, and they're just kind of like a football shape. These are just happy football leaves.
Yeah, now
we will make them green in a minute, but we're doing them in a base of yellow.
Can you pick that up and bring that close to the screen so we can see those? Oh, that's much better. Now, there, pull it up a little bit.
And we're getting more cameras.
Yes, we're working on more cameras and with more camera control.
So we got zoom in and close up and can do all kinds of crazy stuff.
Now you're throwing down there with a filbert?
I'm throwing down here with a 1/2 inch angle brush.
1/2 inch angle brush with that sharp edge, right?
And I'm going to show you the load.
Ooh, it's kind of tough to see there in the black light. Let's see if we can get it up in there.
Let's see if it'll do it. No?
Oh, almost. Bring it down a little bit towards your face. And it might contrast up against it. It's hard to see there. Oh, there you go. That helps a little bit. Yep, that helped a little bit, but it's in the there. You can see that side.
There you go.
That's
the load. So I'm just getting these little leaves in. They're just happy little leaves. These really are. This is a happy, easy, happy painting. It's a great painting to do with little brushes. This is a great painting to give little brushes. John, did you see that video I was sent of the lady who gave her little brush or painting and the little girl screaming and squealing, so happy that she was given a painting?
Emmy just was saying that she had to duck out here, so I was
Emmy,
just trying
have a good day.
Say goodbye there to Emmy.
Thank you for coming by, Emmy.
So, no, I didn't see that.
It was really moving. So I'm putting this leaf, I'm making sure this leaf crosses across my cat body. That's like an intentional thing I'm doing. Just to break up places that your eye can get stuck.
Now, you said you knew Audrey, is that right?
I do know Audie Gustafson.
Audie. Okay, so it's I want Audrey. I'm not sure how I'm horrible at pronouncing names, so you guys.
I'm probably doing it. It's probably not you. It's probably me, and I Skype with her, so that would be terrible.
So she was asking where to post up the paintings and to share their artwork.
Facebook page is great. Instagram is great. Twitter is great. I have, there's a Facebook Heart Party page. There's links. As always, I hide things like instructables, instructions, materials, and links to things all down in the more section. If you hit that more button, there's I write a book. I just write a whole book.
Yeah, you try to make it as easy as possible for people to find the stuff.
I do. I am trying to make it as easy as possible.
So I'm going to go over here. There seems to be some comments. There's a lot of... I love seeing the emojis come up.
So I'm liking that very, very, very much. And then for fun, I'm going to just come over here and get some red and yellow. I'm going to make a bright orange. And before I put the bright, bright orange on there, I'm going to put in these little flower tops in this bright orange. And I'm just doing little circles that are silver dollar size.
Ooh, that looks good.
See, silver dollar circle. Now I'm going to come back with my glow paint. This is something I've learned. Initially, I was just painting the glow paints. But I'm like, the problem with the glow paints is they're very, very see-through. And so sometimes when you take the glow away, they didn't have enough coverage for the painting to have all of its shine and sparkle and awesomeness in daylight.
Thank you. They caught that I was sneezing in the background. So...
you're a sneezer.
They heard my sneeze, so I'm getting lots of bless yous out there.
Oh,
So
that's,
thank you.
You know what? Getting a bunch of bless yous is never upsetting, right?
No, it's but so your friends are now telling on you.
What?
So I get yes. Audrey said that you guys are going on a gypsy tour.
Yeah. What we're thinking is, what would be great is all the artists just get in motorhomes and we caravan like gypsies across the country. Spreading art.
I think we could do that.
Like Kung Fu, like that show Kung Fu.
Well, we talked about doing a road trip to the Grand Canyon and then to Disney and then maybe up to... that'd be fun. Maybe just
Well, for sure at the conventions now. I did a half moon right here.
Yeah, you want to pull that up there so people can see? Sometimes now tilt that back a little bit. Oh, there you go.
So you can see where these dots are, and these are just the base for what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to get crazy with the glow paint in a second. I just want this base, and I'm trying to make sure I've got a nice amount of shape and happiness happening here, and some differences in size and some paint on here. So that's all on there. I'm going to rinse my brush.
While you're rinsing that, Nikki had a question.
I have an answer.
And I know I've seen you deal with this before. So she says, what do you do when your paint comes out like cottage cheese?
Go yell at the art store.
Now,
Acrylic paint should be like warm butter. And what happens is if it's transported or not stored correctly and there's a variance in temperature, it starts to gum up or separate. So if you can't like shake it back and forth and squeeze it all back together, like some of the less professional paints might separate polymers and mediums. I see that sometimes in the craft bottles. But if it's like gummy, glumpy cottage cheese, the paint company or the place you purchased it from should replace it. It's gone off, and I will not put up with that any more than spoiled food. A lot of times they'll try to say, oh no, paint's just like that. It's not. I've been doing this for decades. Ginger Cook has been doing it for more decades, and neither one of us puts up with glumpy cottage cheesy paint.
Now,
you can try to thin it with water and work it through, but honestly, it's supposed to come out like warm butter, and they owe you a tube. And for the cost of some of it,
okay,
return
so
it.
if we buy paint that is cottage cheese
Cheesy.
and broken up, then definitely return it. But
I would return it.
if you left it like in the back seat of your car or
Yeah.
maybe something like that,
Extreme heat or extreme cold will mess up acrylic paint. And I have written Golden and I have written Liquitex and all the paint companies. They'll say, oh no, we've tested our paint for 6 freezes and I'll never do that. And yet, I buy that stuff at the art store and it's glumped.
yeah, nature takes its course. It's going to mess with stuff.
So I'm like, I don't, At the end of the day, I just want butter paint, and for the price of a tube of CAD, it better come out like happy butter.
Okay.
It's like Barbara Streisand, like butter.
Now, you can fix and sometimes recover paint tubes that way? Have you been able to do that? Or is it better just to chuck it? What's the best
Sometimes
process?
if you add a flow agent or a polymer, if you happen to have flow agent or a good medium, you can kind of recover it and paint with it. Sometimes you can thin it. I've got a tube I'm kind of nursing through of yellow ochre, because I just don't want to go to I just don't want to even go deal with getting another tube of yellow ochre. So you can, if you can't return it, you can thin it with water, or you can use a flow agent. I'm going to get some green. I've got a detail round.
Okay.
And I'm going to get some green. And I'm going to come and add this green right over my yellow. And see that pop? And this is where the fun of the party begins.
It's really... Hey, if I'm on the mic, you get my sound effects.
Well, Lord, yeah. See, I'm going to put a little of that there.
I really like also the way that you can see the paintbrush, because you can now see the tip and the handle. It looks
Yeah, you
really
want to see the
cool.
load? Now you can see how to
now
load the
we
brush.
can see you load the brush. Oh, it doesn't
the
like
load.
focusing on there.
I try to load paint to the halfway mark to the tip,
Yep.
not past into the ferrule. And there's different tones. What's interesting is you can get, if you have the wherewithal to buy from a couple different companies or brands, you can get a couple tones of green.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and not be just with one. I've done that where it was I got a couple colors of green.
Yeah. Now, how do the neon green and neon blue mix to make other?
So we did a mix sheet, and I'll show you right here.
Oh yeah, they kind of do some stuff.
Kind of goes white on you. It's really weird.
That is weird.
And looks different in daylight. So it's very strange.
But it kind of gives you even a different.
I would recommend definitely doing a mix sheet when you get these paints,
Oh,
just
yeah.
for fun.
Now, do you have a video on how to do mix sheets?
I don't, but I should.
We should do one of those. On
That'd
how
be
to do
really
mix
fun
sheet.
to do. I want to start doing some color mixing shorts, as I've talked to you about, John, doing those short videos.
Oh yeah.
And then kind of collecting them together in little collections.
Well, that's supposed to be what the new YouTube Now broadcast is about.
And yet not.
But it does. It saves it. It tosses it in a little bit way. But we'll do that. We'll do some short broadcast videos,
Yeah.
some short videos where we put together some stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's just color mixing. And it might be just my hands. It may not be me. It might just be just my hands and color mixing.
Well, you kidding?
And I'll be like, this is how you make skin tone. This is how you make lemon yellow. So see how that is
That's looking really
a
cool.
glow.
Now, the necklace that you're wearing, people love that necklace.
Party City, nonsense.
That was, we just picked that right up. That was,
Yeah.
and it's sort of a cloth-like material that
Yeah, they're just these little crazy cloth butterflies, and I thought they might glow. We went through this sort of Will It Glow safari,
Yeah.
and we were like, we brought stuff home and then kept turning on the black lights. Though we've decided that what we want to do is just get a handheld and go out,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll just periscope, you know, while we're out doing a Will It Glow safari.
Yep.
And if you don't know what Periscope is, it's Twitter's new live broadcasting platform. And I'm on there at @ArtSherpa, just the same as my Twitter. And I head out on occasion. And oh, I've got something. I've got a Pass the Brush coming up
Ooh.
at 10 a.m. on August 29th on Periscope. And I'm going to have Creative Creations, which is Adrian Gomel, Annalise66 with his Ann Williamson, Shannon Pratt 66, Shannon Pratt, and we know her as Art Junkie, myself, Poet Spice, which is Jamie Tallulah, Shiles 728, which is Susan Hiles, and maybe Clive 5 if he can. Basically, we're all going to do 10 minutes of something and pass the brush starting at 10 a.m. Eastern, August 29th on Periscope. It should be really fun.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, I'm just going to be doing that, so I'm telling people.
So,
And then it will be here forever, and someone's going to be like, well, I missed that because this is, 2020.
now we had some people asking some technical questions in
I
there.
would love to answer technical questions.
What I was going to suggest is that if they wanted to email us, that we would be happy to help with these. A lot of the questions are like cameras and lighting and equipment
yeah.
like that. And, that's stuff that we'd be happy to help with. And we're even thinking about doing...
Are these YouTube channels with technical questions?
I believe so. It was like the Pink Stamper girl was asking about the cameras.
Yeah, and if you guys aren't already in the Creative Arts collaboration, come by the Facebook page and join.
Oh, yeah.
Because we cover a lot of that, and there are people that are way better than me in the group.
Well, Cinnamon's been after me. I'm going to come into the group, into the CAC group, and try to answer more technical questions on what we've done in the studio.
I'm going to take my my red here, I think, and I'm going to go over these dots.
Ooh, that looks really cool.
Right, of these flowers. I'm just doing this sort of swirl.
Now, some people were asking about how many lights we have to get the effect that we do.
We saw that today. You want to answer that one, John?
Sure. So right now, what we have going on in our studio is we have above Cinnamon 4 of the 4-foot blacklight bulbs, and I think that they're technically rated, I guess, at 40 watts or 20 watts, but they're the largest bulb, and there are 4 of those over her. And that provides most of the contrast that we need for the show. We need a lot more contrast than you guys would need at home.
Oh, yeah, it's totally different because we figured out one bulb works.
Yes.
To get the painting to glow.
You can like with one bulb, even in a well-lit room, it still will luminesce some. So at home, we found that if you have 2 or 3 bulbs, that's of the screw-in type, as long as they're the screw-in fluorescent type, they work really, really well. And you really only need 2 or 3 in a room to totally light up everything you need.
And tomorrow in the morning, so we have a 30-minute vlog of how to have a painting party, blacklight party at your house. But we also made an 8-minute one.
Yep.
And there's an Instructable. And it's really inexpensive to convert. And I wholly recommend it because it is that much fun. I would never bug you guys with something that wasn't totally and completely and utterly fun.
Now, if you could recap your colors one more time. And
Okay,
then
so I've got neon fluorescent green, neon fluorescent blue, neon fluorescent yellow, neon fluorescent red, neon fluorescent orange. I have fluorescent white. That actually came from Lucas. You can also get it from Matisse Deravan. I'm painting all Master's Touch. I have violet. This violet is from, the company itself is Testers Aztec, and it's listed as fluorescent violet. But basically, when you can't find a color in regular paint, head over to the airbrush section. If they call it fluorescent, they mean it. They totally mean it. Totally.
Now, the standard colors you have there all across the bottom
are titanium white, cad yellow, cad red medium. These are both medium, and dog's eating purple. And I'm going to start doing some little petals out from my flowers, I feel. And I'm going to want kind of a, I'm going to take a 1/2 inch. I don't have a 1/2 inch that's spray painted, so hopefully you guys will be able to see it. And I feel like I want to test this airbrush color. So I'm going to do it with that to see how it looks.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you can see it. So here's my test on this airbrush. It's thin like ink.
You know, what would be really helpful is if you could take the tip, the other end of your paintbrush, and just dip it in that white. Perfect. Oh, yeah.
I'm so going to get that all over me now. You know that, right?
Well, it didn't have to be dripping on there. Just a little bit so that we can see how the end of that brush moves. And
so
you can really see it.
Interesting. I don't know if that's showing up enough for me, so I might go a different. I don't feel like that's showing up enough. So I'm going to go a whole different direction, and I'm going to get this orange because I want my flower petals to show, and I like that better. So, you know, experiment and play. I might be able to do like a design or something with that purple, and I'm like, all right, that's really thin, and I'm not as into that thinness. So this is just a 1/2 inch brush, and the brush is making the petals, and they just go. I see how that just is like, that's a glow. That is a glow. And I'm going to do some of these orange and some of these yellow. And come back over my purple here and see if I can't.
Well, I like when you have the layers of it in there. It adds complexity to it.
Yeah.
So and I'm sure that during when it's under normal white light, it'll even add more layers.
Hopefully it will. Again, these paints are thin, which is why I like to do the paint underneath, and also the puffy paints after.
Now, what were you saying before about having layers of on the painting help with it?
Yeah, when you're painting, it just takes paint layers to build a painting. I'm wiping this off. It just takes paint layers, and what you want on a really finished painting is you want a layer of paint that's going to be sealing the canvas and kind of getting your underpainting in, and then you're building up, and the paint is showing through, and that creates depth and complexity.
So having lots of layers like that helps add complexity.
Yeah, I feel like having lots and lots of layers creates a lot of depth and complexity. So I'm going to do these like yellow. I'm going to break up my flowers, and you can do these little cats all day. This is a really good one that you can do. I'm sure Leola is going to do a wonderful necklace. You can just go at these all day.
Now, what colors did you use on the background there? To mix
on
that?
This background here.
Yeah. What did you use
there?
there?
So up here was cad red, dog's eating purple, titanium white, and glow white. And then towards the middle, I went into the cad red more. And then at the bottom, I went into the cad yellow. And hopefully what I'm going to get is something that feels like a sunrise. But we'll see what happens when we turn the lights on.
Now,
my makeup then is terrifyingly bad.
No, people love your makeup.
Yeah, but only in blacklight. In regular light, you've seen it. It's really scary.
It's really kind of weird. Now,
it just seems like I had like a moment and forgot how to apply makeup.
I will tell everyone out there that DVR functions should be enabled here. So you can rewind, fast forward, jump back to parts you may have missed. And after the show is done airing, it'll be available for you to watch on demand, just like all of our other shows.
And I feel like I want some sort of little swirls or something in the sky, something chipper. So I'm gonna, just want something decorative up here. So I'm gonna go blue.
Think blue?
Blue, I'm gonna go blue. Sometimes you just make a decision.
That sounds good.
And I'm going to do these types of little swirls around. And it's really just about pattern. The pattern implies depth and just embracing that. You can change up the size of brush if you want.
So what brush are you using there again?
I'm just using the 1/2 inch bright.
The 1/2 inch bright, okay.
Because I just personally like a 1/2 inch bright.
You like that crisp edge.
I like that crisp edge. It makes me happy. It's a brush I feel comfortable with. You should just paint to your comfort.
And you should remind me of some of these paintbrushes that we need to go ahead and tag for.
Well, I think one of the things we've been asked for a bunch is a paintbrush review that's like the paint review, or a review brush against brush.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking we have to do that. That's going to be a pricey day.
That'd be a fun day.
Huh?
It's fun to do that stuff, though.
It is. It is good to test because a lot of times there just isn't an oversight.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and pick that up and bring that up here so we can see some of the, how those are really coming in, yeah.
And I'm going to take a little of this blue. I'm going to load it on the tip of my brush. You can do this with a round brush or the square brush. And I'm going to add this blue dab in the center of each petal.
So, oh, whoa, that looks really cool. It reminds me of a passion flower.
Yeah.
Now, I saw an interesting question scroll by here. I think it's fairies in the pond? Fairies
in the pond.
Fairies in my pond, I think is what the...
Well, sometimes you have fairies in your pond, man. That's a good name.
So, Fairies asks if you've ever used golden interference paints. And
yes, I have.
what do you think of them?
They're a lot of fun. They're very interesting. In practical painting application, you know, when you're just trying to paint realism or something, I wouldn't like go to them to like get a metallic effect. I would just go to the trouble of painting the shades and tones of metal. But in abstract or in decorative work, they create some visual deliciousness that nothing else will.
Mm.
It's like, remember shark skin pants or two-tone paint cars? Where the car is like, it looks like one of those Japanese beetles.
Are you saying something about my truck?
No, I'm not saying something. First of all, as if your truck were that cute color.
It's two-tone?
It's just, I have nothing to say about the truck.
So bring that up here close so we can see how the flower petals are coming together. That's really cool.
It's just fun.
Know, the one up on the upper left where you had put that background layer, where it has that really actually does look very complex here. It looks really cool.
Oh, because it had the purple first?
Yeah.
That's interesting. So maybe you want to do purple first. This is just about experimenting. Experiment. We're just experimenting. And that's worth doing. You just want to experiment and see what's going on and have a little bit of fun and just enjoy yourself is what it is. Now I'm going to get into I am going to get into my purple now because I do want this purple, but you could do, you know, your purple that came in your Master's Touch, whatever purple, and you could do any color that you wanted. And I'm going to at first just outline my cats.
So we had a couple of interesting questions come in.
I would love to answer them.
One, Nadia in Belgium was asking
Nadia.
if these paints were available online and could she order them?
Yes, they're everywhere right now. They're completely trending. So every paint company, Liquitex, Golden, Dollar and Rowley, Matisse, Master's Touch, Artist, all the paint companies have some line of fluorescent paint going on right now.
So it should be pretty easy to get those.
Yeah.
And
which is why I don't feel too bad about painting with them.
And we had also had a question about what exactly is abstract. And so that's a very interesting...
Oh, that's just a whole 2 semesters of your life having debates. So basically abstract is whenever you, I mean, at its heart, you disconnected from trying to do realistic representational art, and instead you try to capture what a moment or experience feels like through shape, color, line, and texture, not being concerned first with the functional reality of the line, contour, shape, and event. So it gives us a really broad then category from what we think of it with Picasso or Matisse or Gauguin or any of those artists, all the way to when you're seeing at the Twombly Museum looking at some plops of plaster on the floor that he's somehow justifying as, I don't know, capturing some emotional state. You know,
That's such a better answer than I was expecting. You know?
sorry.
No, I was
You know,
like,
I,
I was like,
know I had some feelings on the Twombly Museum.
yeah. So I kind of thought that realism was the opposite of, or, abstract. But that was such a better way of articulating that.
Well, and it's essentially what we're doing. Like, if you go to a website, like if you ever get to go to This is Colossus, this is a blog online, and look at art, that guy curates very, very, very well, and he never wastes our time with nonsense. And he will give you what is wonderful and spectacular and worth your time in modern art and what's happening around the globe with art. That's where I go if I just need to reset my day.
Yep.
This is colossal, and it's amazing what's there. And then you'll be like, there's some modern art that you will love that nobody needs to explain to you why it's still art. It's not plaster on the floor. It's obvious why it's wonderful. And that to me, now I'm going to kind of try to paint this like glow around the cats with this purple. I don't know how this is going to affect the painting in daytime, but I really like what it's doing, like implying like they have like an aura or an energy around them. And I think cats do have an energy. If people that have cats in their lives know cats kind of live a little bit here and a little bit elsewhere.
In that place where they're gonna get you.
My husband is allergic to cats, so I don't think he really appreciates the awesomeness that is Kitty. He's not very Egyptian in his feeling on cats. And I'll even take this aura into the other cat as if it's glowing out. And I just like the aura. I like the aura. We're going to tighten that line with our fabric paints, which also I will show you a trick if you don't want to go out and buy fabric paints, how you can just take the paint you've got and make it work for the effect.
Yep.
I'm going to do the little kitty here too. Now you could choose to do the little kitty in another color.
Now, where did you get the fantastic makeup that you're
I got
there?
this on Amazon. I just searched. It's by Glow Mania.
Yeah?
Yeah, and it was a little kit of it, and it was inexpensive, and I just thought no one's going to. So we turned the black light on, and I realized a couple things. You can tell you're really, really a redhead with freckles under black light. Like, I don't know if you can see it here.
A little bit.
There's
also some luminescent paint speckles mixed in.
Yeah,
so.
there is. Those are my special art freckles.
And there's some people out there. I saw that Mona and Shannon and a few other people are also allergic to cats. So,
Aww.
Cats are cool.
Is that
We
Shannon
like that.
Pratt who's allergic to cats?
Phillips.
Phillips. Okay.
We have a couple Shannons.
We do. We have a few Shannons.
So
Each is unique and special in the world.
Kim has 3 cats and loves them.
There you go. See?
So
hopefully you guys can kind of see it's a light aura, but it's happening around there. One of the things that we found in the camera, and all I can tell you is you won't experience this all the way until you get your own black light bulb, stick it in a lamp without a shade, turn on your painting and go, oh, it's like having crayons back in grade school. It's so much fun. You'll so recover some of that initial joy we all have as kids with coloring. But there's a whole range of colors here, and John's going to do some research on how you can see them.
now, do you want to talk about the color selection that you're using? Some folks were asking about if you're supposed to be able to see the purple that you're using. And earlier on, you were saying that that you could, if you didn't have any one of these specific colors, it was okay to mix and match. So
Yeah, so if you wanted to do this in regular daytime paints, where it says fluorescent and neon, just take those off the words and just get a pink, a green, a yellow, a red, and an orange, and have at it, and a purple, and it would still work. Just totally. Because it's that kind of painting. We're not painting high realism here. We're painting, this beautiful little folksy piece of these 2 lovely cats in this environment having this experience. And so the colors are really just up to you. They could be in any color scheme. They could be any time of day. There could be any pattern happening. It's just, this is one of those safe places to experiment with your creativity. So now I've got this glow paint. Now this I think is a good idea. It's not pricey. And if you had to gift this to somebody that wasn't going to have, say, you know, a blacklight that they can enjoy their painting with, then you can use these little writer pens. And I'm going to make sure, I'm going to test this right here. Yeah, see, they have this sort of structural body.
Mm-hmm.
And you can come along and create this interesting little fun rough structure, different green, along your stem. You can come up the center and create that center line. See that? Can you guys see?
Yeah, you can see it.
How that green is slightly different than the other green. One of these greens is not like the others.
Adds nice little subtle contrasts.
I mean, you can get these at Walmart and a bunch of places. And yes, fabric paint will work on canvas. It's just the difference between fabric paint acrylic and say acrylic is this paint is more flexible and resistant to temperature and sets a little differently. There's just some, but in the purposes of this type of painting, you know, I'm not doing an archival painting for a museum. I'm doing a painting for my heart. I'm doing a painting here for my spirit and my happiness. So
And
it just has to be what it is.
And please share your happy paintings with us. Share them on our Facebook page. Share them on Pinterest, on Twitter. We love to see those. And comment, like, and subscribe if you guys can. Go out there, give us those thumbs up on the feed. It helps let us let YouTube know that you guys are here and you like what we're doing, so that we can keep on doing this. And you know, even if I can't pronounce the complex names like Letitia or Letitia, because she's a throwdown. She said, "I don't think you can pronounce my name." I'm like, "You're probably right. I can't."
You're probably right.
But I'll try.
I like that you just
I'm like,
own it.
Yeah, no.
You're like, no, totally can't.
Yeah. But I'll
Can't
give
do
it a whirl.
So I've got this kind of crazy little orange here. And here's some things that you can do. You can use small brushes. You can, you know, mix like, where's the blue? So here's the blue. You could mix that blue and green together, create another tone. And you could, oh boy, I put out more than I wanted to. You know, you can mix colors. You can mix, look at that. You can mix the blue and red
cool.
over here.
It makes that real interesting pink in the middle.
Right, look at that.
Wow.
And that is just, so you can be doing this even if you don't have the paints. You could be like, whoa, and have some fun and add some dimensionality. When you're making dots and things, because we're going to be making some dots, you can use the back of your brush to make dots. I guess I'll do it here. Look at those nice dots that you can make, and we may do some of those.
Oh yeah, those would look really sharp.
Right? Because that's pretty cool, right?
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to take this writer pen. And I'm going to just, what's nice, wherever this glow paint is all I'm saying is if you were to give this to a little brush or a friend, then it would glow in the dark. And thus the coolness of it.
Ah, yes.
Where
So
they could have a little glow in the dark on top of the blacklight, if they were not going to install blacklight in their room to view your art.
So we have some more streams of questions coming up.
All right, I'd love to hear the streams.
So, Two Pink Shadows says, I'm working with yellow, green, pink, and orange neon, iridescent blue, and purple.
Cool.
And golden Liquitex CAD yellow, red, and fit white, and Dios purple. So it looks like she has a very similar palette up there that you do. I just noticed all that. So that's somebody out there has a bunch of paints. And Touchdown Inflatables. Hello.
Hi, Touchdown Inflatables.
We've seen you out here before. Touchdown asks, have you ever tried the PBO? P-E-B-E-O? PBO effect paints? And what are your thoughts on them?
FX paints? Is she talking about the FX paints?
It says, have you tried the P-E-B-E-O? So I'm guessing not. Peebo?
Okay. I know the company.
Peebo
I know
paint?
the company. I have not worked with that line of paints. So I'm going to add a little of this structure to these little swirls because it's another color. And I think that's fun. And that's just what, you do.
and there's a little bit of a delay between the
Is there?
Yeah, between when we see the comments come up and when we respond, and then they're able to see it.
Well,
So-
I'll tell you what, the multimedia artists demand a lot of product. Because I've noticed just watching some of their hashtag videos that they have a lot of specialized products and mediums that I might not necessarily be exposed to, you know, on my own. Now I think I'm going to come along here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to dip my brush, the hilt, in some blue and make little dots here for fun.
Ooh. Can
That's
you
what we're
pick
doing.
up
We're
the
just dotting.
Yeah, after you dot that, bring that close up to the camera so we can see it.
Gonna get some more. There's some specialty tools you can go buy. I've seen people using them.
You mean like Q-tips?
No, Q-tip's gonna have a lot of
Oh, fur and stuff in it?
yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna come here. And I'm just adding these dots. These dots are really fun for me. And I may want to dot around my cats. I'm thinking about that I might dot around my cats
Ooh, that's
to
right.
define my cats a little more. And I may dot my sky.
Some starry dottiness.
You know, don't be afraid of the dots. Use the back of your brush. Use the front of your brush. Use your finger. Play, explore, adventure.
Letitia, I was close. Not really. It's much easier when they try to phonetically spell their names, and I can try to break them down.
You know, you and I are just hopeless. So see, this
Totally.
is just a really happy.
Now, can you bring that picture back up close to the screen so we can see
Yeah,
those dots?
let me
'Cause
just dot in the rest of them, and then I will show it off.
when they luminesce like that, they just sort of have a glow to them.
Uh-oh.
I will go check out.
We have an escape artist there.
We will. I'll go check out the littlest one while you're showing everyone that else.
Okay, so I'm just dotting. And we're going to dot out the cats. So these are just fun. The camera there it is. See, the camera's finding its footing. And that's just fun, right? That's just enjoyable. You know, and there's a bunch of these colors and these fabric paints, and then the back of your brush. And I'm thinking I'm gonna get the bright yellow, crazily enough, and I'm gonna dot my sky like it's stars. Could be a good plan, could be a terrible plan. We'll find out. So this is my neon yellow, and I'm just using my tool.
Your tool.
Wow, I thought you're like
I'm sneaky.
fast.
Back
You're as sneaky as your children.
So when we're done, we'll kick. Wow, those are really just popping up there in the sky.
It's just fun. And again, not real sure how this is going to come out when we turn on the
We're gonna find out,
daytime
though.
light, but I expect it will still be cute because the other one was cute.
No,
Even so,
No, and when we're done, we'll turn on the overheads, and you can see you can see what it'll look like in white light as well.
you know, and you just load it up. If your brush gets a little gummy, you can just wipe it off on a towel.
So Janet has invoked Sippy Sippy.
Oh, so good. I need some.
I think that's a good time.
Sippy, sippy. I need some caffeine.
Your eyes got a little whiter there when you just said that.
The Sherpa needs some caffeine, powered by caffeine. You know, the other thing I want to say is the mineral soda, the club soda with quinine will glow in the dark. You can add it to juice or whatever you're drinking, or actually there's a really nice one from Target that I like that I think is actually quite nice without anything added to it. And it gives you fun glow drinks. You can have silliness with your glow.
Yep.
What you're drinking. I mean, it's just there's no end to the fun. I feel like those were under considered dots. I'm gonna put them back in. That'll happen to you. You'll be like, those dots do not bring me great and incredible joy. And you want your dots to bring you joy because it's coming together.
Yeah,
It's
bring them up
just-
here. Bring it up close. I want to
Well,
see them.
we had it closer. Let me just dot
More
it up.
dots.
and we'll bring it back.
Okay.
And then we're going to dot our cats, and then guess what?
We're almost done?
Yeah. But, I mean, you can go further. You can keep like, I feel like I want to dot, you know, maybe you dot the inside of some flowers with like some sort of contrasting. Like you're like, no, I'm going to come in here and be like, dot, 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 dot. You know, you could do that. So you can just, and that looks really nice, actually.
Oh, yeah. Now bring it up a little closer. Oh, yeah. So you can see the dots just kind of, and how the flowers, how she has that. And you can definitely see in the flowers where you took the blue and you had a little bit of white mixed with it. Mm-hmm. And it has that sort of painterly dab to it, which is really nice because then you see distinct blue and white luminescent
just
streaks.
Fun.
Yeah.
Just have fun. Now my kitties, kitty, 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 kitty. So we can outline them in anything. And I'm thinking, should we outline them in blue? Should we dot them out in blue?
Yeah, we could do that.
I think it'll be a nice color against the purple. And I'm just going to use this dotting method. I could use my glow paint, and I'm kind of inclined, I might use my glow paint just so that wherever I hang this in the house, right, you guys can use the blue dot, but it's occurred to me if I use this glow in the dark paint to do this dot on the kitties, and I'll pull this up and show you, what will happen is that I bet people good at frosting will be just fantastic at this. Besides this interesting texture which will happen, then there'll be the outline of the kitties glowing, which might be really fun for a little person or an adult person, because I find I like a lot of things that my kids like. I'm like, I want those shoes.
Ooh, that looks nice. The dots really pop there.
And see, they would glow whether or not you had black light. So that's something that you can do to just have some fun, and then you know, you can be like, look, my kitties are glowing even just in the regular dark. Just a good time. Not enough fun. Life can be so hard, and sometimes there's just not enough fun. You know, we just all work really hard, and we stress really hard, and we have expectations and things on us that can kind of take the fun out of the day.
Now, I've seen a couple of questions come through about what some questions about other blacklight paintings. Mm-hmm. There was a question about the Eiffel Tower.
Yes, that's next week.
And I
put that on the calendar now.
And what about a sugar skull?
Yeah, I could do a sugar skull. And we've got to do so we could do a sugar skull in blacklight.
Yep.
I think that would be a good one.
And what was some of the other ones?
We should write them down.
Yeah, no, we're going to put together a calendar, right? We were talking about that?
Yeah, we're going to put together a calendar. I'm going to try to design a little bit ahead. Outside of the viewer-directed paintings, which will have a picture of me with question marks, which is, you show up for that live event, John's going to get my iPad hooked up to the internet, you just tell me what you want me to paint, and I paint it that day. And through each step of the painting, you guys are directing. We're going to ask you choices. We've been trying to do a choose your own art adventure forever, John and I.
Now, this is my favorite part. So you guys get to come in here and you get to vote on what we're doing. Now, I'm going to be there to be your advocate here in the studio so that we can paint all sorts of crazy things. Like, you know, we had Awesome Owl, who is waiting for a name right now.
That's being voted on Facebook, I think.
Yeah, we did that, and it was an owl family, a father-son owl that was standing.
A stay-at-home tired dad.
He was a stay-at-home tired dad standing in front of a battle scene, an epic battle scene between a UFO, a dragon, fighting over Stonehenge amongst the castle scene at dusk.
At dusk, with clouds,
and stars and the moon.
And lasers. And the dragon had to breathe fire.
That's pretty epically awesome. You should go out there and check it out. It was fun. It was a lot of fun to do that. So
we're going to do that even more.
And if you come in, as someone already knows, are like a beholder. That's right. You come in and ask for those good things, and we'll make sure we get some of that.
Yeah. So you know, for dots, of course, I always recommend doing them flat, but I'm doing them at this angle for you guys.
Hmm.
You know, this will probably become one of my kids' paintings in all likelihood.
There's already requests out there. Cheshire Cat. Oh, that'd be so good to do in black in black light.
Yeah, I almost did that on Fire Kicks. Got the angle of the eyes odd.
The like a Mad Hatter type thing.
I would love to do it Alice Wonderland, and we've been talking about doing some Avatar blacklight
and
also Frozen if anybody wants to do some Frozen.
Yep, there was some recommendation for Galaxy.
Oh, I would love to do Blacklight Galaxy.
And what about a Galactic Owl?
Intergalactic owl?
Trisha said Galactic Owl.
Yeah. Well, there's just never too many owls. YouTube is like, it understands that there's never too many owls. Look at this.
That's looking pretty awesome.
So these cats will glow in the dark outside of this, and you could come with like a neat thing if you came in with like an orange.
Yep. You want me to come over there and kick the overhead on?
I just want to show them, and I'll finish later for the kids. But if you were to say want to really create some drama when this was done, you would come back with an orange between your blue dots.
Oh yeah, to add the contrast bit.
Yeah, always play with those contrasting colors a little bit, and it'll give you. And I'll hold this back up, and then I can, you know. So I'll show you there. You can kind of see it.
Oh yeah, it looks really cool.
And that creates this sort of whole drama along the cat line. Just something to add a little color and pop. And we can kick on the regular light.
All right, I'll pull over there and see if I can get that for you.
I kind of just want to add this around now. Now that I've seen it. Hopefully that doesn't drip on me. Well, there's no ready for how I'm going to look in regular light.
On CO, you can see some of how it kind of glows. If we turn off the black lights, maybe we can see how much of it just glows.
Yeah, this is the glow in the dark paint. Oh, that's cool. See? That's what the kids have now.
So hold on, let me get the camera to pull back up because it's starting to go auto darken on us.
So you can see it, because I can see it really, 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 really well.
No, the auto iris is just not going to help me here.
But maybe if I brought it right up. So that is what it'll do in the just dark. Now we'll put the regular lights on.
Yep, we'll put the regular lights back on.
And then you're going to see the craziness that is my makeup.
Let's go back into that.
So, oh, awesome! It worked! It worked! You better go back. We don't know what they're saying?
I don't know what they're saying. I'll go look. All right, so I'm back here. So that turned out really nice.
Yeah, when I first did the design, I had put blue in just the glow-in-the-dark paint, and so it didn't really give me the result I wanted. So that's why I was like, I got to go this direction, and now you can kind of see how that's working for the cats.
So what we'll do is here in just a second, if it's okay with you, Cinnamon, we'll kick back into black light.
Yes.
But instead of me going with the overheads, I'll just put we'll just turn the two table lamps on.
Okay.
So that they can see what it'll look like with just the table lamp.
So they know what just a table lamp will do?
We'll do one. We'll just turn the lights on in order so they can kind of get an idea how that works.
That seems reasonable.
So while you're doing that, I'll go ahead and I'll come back around, turn off those lights, and we'll start that up. But I have to say that turned out really good.
I've got to get this flat. Actually, it's having a whole moment because of this puff paint. And again, if you're going to do the puff paint, I recommend flat surface for that. But for the showing it off, so this cat will be pink and blue. Hopefully it won't run too much.
So we'll go ahead and here we go. Lights out.
Lights out. I don't know what I did with the other cat.
So now we're going to just turn on one table
That's what
lamp.
it looks like in black. We're just going to do one table lamp. And it's far.
Yeah, now that table lamp's pretty far away. And that's just one. I'll reach that out and grab that.
Oh yeah, so you can see.
This is just one lamp like this. and it really doesn't. So we're going to pull it way far. We're going to pull it far away, and you can see that even, bringing it, a couple feet away illuminates everything. So we're going to set this back.
Yeah,
over
for the
in corner.
purposes, if it was just me painting, I would be okay. And then we also have this guy here.
So that's you say that's a floor lamp and a table
Floor
lamp.
lamp and a table lamp.
Yep. And then for our show, we use this.
Because the cameras can't see anything. That's just kind of how that works. It's really, we have this much because the cameras can't see anything. I'm perfectly fine in my eyes with just a table lamp or two for the process. I hope somebody will do some glow cats. Glow cats.
So everyone, tell us how much you love this by going out, like, comment, subscribe, give us some thumbs up, and post your paintings, please, please, please.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of all of your work. It's one of the big things that keeps me here doing what I'm doing, is seeing all the beautiful artwork that you guys do. We love seeing that. We love sharing that with you.
Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Follow me on Periscope.
Yep. And
oh, and Pinterest.
Pinterest.
Because I'm Pintastic. I am actually really all over Pinterest. So. And I'm going to load up the iCard with a bunch of my pawgustart. I'll just find some other pawgustartists that did some cats, and I will load them up over here. And of course, go see everybody's stuff. Go look around. Go exploring. Go on an art safari.
So where should they tune in to see where our next one's going to go? We're going to post that on our website on
I will post.
Art Party?
What I'll probably do is I'll probably tweet. I'll probably do all social media. I'll probably hit a tweet. I'll probably do Instagram. I'll definitely put something up on Facebook. I will probably put it up on Pinterest. So we'll make sure that it's everywhere.
Yep.
The calendar.
There's so much love out there in the comments. They're all saying how much they love the painting and they love you, Cinnamon. And we just want to say how much we love all of you guys, and we appreciate you staying in. Hanging in with us.
Insanity.
Yeah. So
it's very kind, and can't wait to see your glow cats. Hopefully you love them, and now they're cute in daytime and in night, in glow time.
Yep. So with that, we'll see you guys again maybe in a few days.
Well, there's going to be stuff up all week.
Yeah.
And I have an Elia art and doll collaboration to finish. I've got a chalk marker review to do. I've got a couple cool things I've got to do, plus just the usual run of things.
Oh yeah, and to check all this stuff out with the other hashtags, is that right?
Mm-hmm. Hashtag pawgustart, and if you want to just see painting, hashtag painting. But look, try hashtag sculpture. Try something you don't expect. Hashtag digital or hashtag textile. Just go out and see what people are creative.
Yeah.
Cards. Hashtag cards.
Oh yeah. All right.
Blow them away this Christmas with what you can do in your cards.
All right, guys. Thank you for staying with us. We'll see you again soon.
See you at the easel really soon.